It's been a while since I saw your face. I have grown older, you can see how I've changed. Still carry you with
Okay,
me.
well, welcome. Today, I am very excited to be speaking with the powerhouse music duo, Campbell and Johnson. Welcome to you both. So it's Christine Campbell and Blake Johnson. Now, from the East Coast, you're originally from the East Coast, like that's, or is that just where you landed?
No, that's where we were born and raised and have thus far decided to stay.
Well, I did
Okay.
go from PEI to the big city of Hollywood, Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Wow. Okay. So a big move there. Okay, great. So now, in terms of your musical origins, because I always get interested in, first of all, I am learning guitar, so I have an extreme appreciation for people who have mastered it, and you are both lauded as brilliant guitarists. So, how did you get your foundational start? Like, what brought you to music?
I can't dance and I'm terrible at sports. It was sort of music was always in the household, and I just always thought a guitar looked really cool. And once I picked one up, it was just it was kind of instant gratification.
Okay.
And it just continued that way for me. I just always enjoyed playing.
So
I
you are then self-taught. You didn't take any formal instruction or
A
anything.
little bit of both. I was self-taught for quite a few years as far as I didn't take any lessons. And then in my teens, I began taking lessons here and there from whoever,
Okay.
would sit down for half an hour kind of thing. And so, I mean, I'm definitely not self-taught, but I don't have a formal education in music.
Okay. And what about yourself, Christine?
Well, I'd say singing's my first language for sure because I just sang constantly to the ants and everything. My mom would say she'd catch me in the garden singing to all the flowers and ants.
Oh,
Um, but guitar was always a huge passion of mine. I just thought it was such a cool thing, and electric guitar in particular was the main focus for me. And I just didn't understand why more people didn't do it, but especially women. But they seem to be doing it more and more now, which is nice. And piano was my second instrument, really. My mom put me in that. I had a lot of classical musicians on my mom's side, and then I had a lot of kitchen party jammers on my dad's side, and records and everything that kind of influenced me. So guitar, at the end of the day, though, is kind of where my meditation and inner peace comes from. So,
okay.
a lot of hard times, that's kind of what got me through, just practicing scales and stuff. So,
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, definitely. You hear many people talk about music and producing music as being very therapeutic. So, your words are very resonant, I'm sure, with many. When did the two of you cross paths?
I mean, I think we originally met in 2010-ish.
Okay.
We're playing in bands that it's a very small scene in Halifax. Even if you're like Christine was living in Halifax playing in a band then, but even if you're living in PEI or New Brunswick, you just kind of begin to if you're playing in bands and you're playing shows around the scene, you just kind of start to know who people are.
and
So
we were both on the rock scene, like that was a even smaller area. But
yeah,
the
there might have
Stogies
been
were my
10
favorite
bands.
bands, and
Okay.
they opened for us, and we both had hard rock bands at the time. Very
Now, in
different.
terms of opening, like now, so let's fast forward a little bit. You've opened for some pretty big names. I saw Bob Seger among them. So talk to me about that experience. Like, wow.
Very fortunate, especially in the East Coast. We've been very lucky. We've opened for many big names that, especially because like I'm an old soul, so just meeting these people was super cool because it's kind of meeting the history that shaped you. Burton
Mhm.
Cummings was a big one for me.
Yes.
That was probably definitely one of my biggest because I just love the Guess Who, and I mean Bob Seger, and yeah, all of that was really cool. We've been fortunate to meet everybody we've opened for, and
The Seeger one was a cool milestone for me. The very first concert I ever saw as a kid that was a real concert was at it was then called the Halifax Metro Center. It's now called the Scotiabank Center, but it was CCR's reunion tour when they got that singer to replace or to fill in for Fogerty. Yeah, I think I was maybe 8 years old. I saw that show there. So fast forward however many years to kind of get to step on that stage and open for somebody who is considered to be one of the greatest rock and roll songwriters was a cool thing because it was like
Totally cool.
Hey everybody! All the people that when you're in school and you have hair like this and you got headphones on all the time and you're drawing band logos on your school binders. It was sort of like it wasn't in vain. I got to at least accomplish one thing that was considered by most people to be a pretty cool thing. So
I never dreamt I'd be 8 months pregnant when I was doing it. We were having a baby, and so that was his first concert, really.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, nice.
I was bobbing around. I was walking pretty slow. I kind of wish I let people know that I was. I just looked like I was having like a bad day. But no, I was pregnant. Ready to go very soon.
Oh my goodness, the things we do and we are expecting. Okay, so your music then, which is lovely, beautiful, great, powerful, described as vintage blues rock with a modern twist. So clearly your sound has evolved over the years. Now you are about to embark on a tour. That starts, you said you're leaving Wednesday. Now you're hitting the Sault. Sault Ste. Marie will be entertained by you on June 1st at Sault Blaster. I will be there. I'm very excited to listen live and be a part of your synergy. This is unlikely to be your first tour. Will this be your first time at Sault Ste. Marie?
Yeah. And we're going to be with the band. I mean, we'll not be taking a band as usual. We'll be playing with the band that's already there, which is really cool. And although we love the acoustic duo, and that kind of is still the most of what we do, both of our favorite, greatest passions are playing electrically with a full band. So it's nice because this is a duo tour, but that's our one stop that will be electric. So it'll be a fun time, and people have to bring their dancing shoes.
Now, I also read that recently you've achieved some acclaim. Talk to me about the awards that you've won.
we did. We were nominated for out here in the East Coast. We have our own sort of mini award ceremony thing. It's called the East Coast Music Awards, and we were nominated for the blues recording last year.
Okay.
And we ended up taking that home. And then we were also nominated for Best New Artist for the Toronto Blues Summit. Or Toronto Blues Society.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we didn't take that one home, but nonetheless, it was nice to be recognized. East Coast is obviously East Coast, but the Toronto Blues Society, I mean, they're picking people from across the entire nation, so it was kind of nice to be lumped in a category with some up and comers that are all over the country. So that
right. It always, I mean, when I speak to various musicians, and I always kind of picture this almost like a tapestry of kind of collaboration as people move through their tour stops and everything. How many stops are included on this tour?
I should know this,
7.
but I don't.
7.
Trust me to ask the hard questions.
You don't always see
7 stops. So will you continue past the Sault, or you're stopping on your way to the Sault and then going back?
Sault's the first stop, actually.
No, that's the second stop.
Oh, never mind. See, I told you I should.
The first one will be the Bank Theater in Leamington.
Okay, in Leamington. All right, good.
We'll start that way, and then we make our way back, and we'll be doing the Paisley Blues Fest as well. So that's another highlight for this trip. But yeah, there's a couple things. So I'd say the highlights are the festival, the Sault, and the Bank Theater.
Okay. And, personal questions. So, you did allude to the fact that you were expecting during one of your performances. What happens to your child while you are touring, or does he or she just come with?
The deal was always, my mom was like, if you have a baby, I'll be your nanny. And both my parents got to be early retired, and so they are my nannies.
Nice.
That was always the deal. I'm an only child. And
okay.
To a certain point, I was like, I didn't want to have kids. And then suddenly I did. And because she had said that, I started to consider it. But yeah, I'm very lucky to be an only child now, because now I get the attention on for babysitting.
Christine has some family in Ontario. So when we come up, we'll usually kind of make base there. And the grandparents are there. An aunt and uncle is there. And then we're
fantastic.
So there's always at least 2 responsible adults watching him while we're.
too. It's just Tetris, whether it's in the back of your car fitting your gear, or your schedule with your band and your shows, or just everything is like proximity clauses and whatnot. It's like hopefully like video games if you like this field because it really is just trying to make everything work. But there's always a way, and it's challenging by times, but you just get better and better at it. And I just
Awesome.
feel like I am a musician. I don't feel like it's a choice. I think
Right.
and once I kind of
Right.
made peace with that, life became more peaceful. So you just kind of figure it out as you go.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, well, again, I'm super excited. Sault Ste. Marie, listen up. If you don't already have your tickets, you better get hustling. Um, Sue Blaster, June 1st. I think the show starts at 7.
I believe so. Yes, there is an
Yeah,
opener as well, and it's supposed to be pretty good. So get there early.
awesome. Okay, well, I am super stoked. I can't wait to take it in live. I want to thank you both so much for making time, to speak with me. I will be writing this up today, and it will be posted over the weekend along with our video chat today. And failing anything else, I'm, like I said, super excited to take the show in live. And Sault Ste. Marie, you better get out there. So yes, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Heidi.
Thanks so much for having us.
Oh,